Good morning, America! We're here today to discuss the academic and cultural boycott of Israel. Early 2000s, the concept of a cultural boycott of Israel began to take hold in the Middle East, United Kingdom, and the United States. Separately, each of these regions enacted numerous measures through a variety of organizations aiming to realize a liberated Palestinian population. By 2004, the PACBI, or Palestinian Campaign for the Academic and Cultural Boycott of Israel, had been established. The PACBI can be categorized as a sub-movement of the overarching BDS organization, which focuses to boycott, divest, and impose sanctions on Israel. Who supports this cause? Let's head over to our media journalist, Ted, to find out.
Thanks, Micah. There's a great divide in the artistic community over this issue. Over here on my side, we see the staunch supporters of Palestine, those who are upholding the boycott. Roger Waters and Elvis Costello are two of the biggest names. We also have Alice Walker, a Pulitzer Prize-winning writer who refuses to have her novel translated into Hebrew. On the opposing side, Alicia Keys, Paul McCartney, and Rihanna continue to visit and entertain Israel. Back to you, Micah.
We now move to answer our second question. Why? Our sources point to the PACBI's call to boycott, which plainly cites the entrenched system of racial discrimination and segregation against the Palestinian citizens of Israel, which resembles the defunct apartheid system in South Africa, as their call to nonviolent arms. It is from this foundation, in accusations of South African-esque apartheid, that the primary controversy concerning the PACBI movement stems. For a better look into these accusations of apartheid, we turn again to Ted.
Thanks, Micah. In order to decide if an apartheid is occurring in Israel, as the boycott movement suggests, I invite our viewers to look behind me. Here we have a timeline of the major events of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I'd like to draw your attention to the colors of the words. Wherever you see red indicates a major chance for peace. Assuredly, there is much violence and discrimination from both sides. But we at News 360 feel that what separates Israel, not just from apartheid South Africa, but from other conflict-ridden nations, is the constant push for a solution. We would like to point out a final takeaway from this Israeli-South African comparison. Our sources indicate decidedly different underlying rationales of the boycotted behaviors of the two countries. Instead of bigotry and false science, Israel has based its controversial actions in the safety and betterment of its people. This, coupled with the country's historic search of peace for the Palestinians, allow News 360 to dismiss the Israeli apartheid claim.
Al-Salamu alaikum. I am Amar Barghouti, a leading member of the Palestinian Campaign for the Academic and Cultural Boycott of Israel. Since Nakba, the day of catastrophe where in 1948 700,000 Palestinians were expelled by Israeli forces, our people have become deprived, depopulated, and disadvantaged. Is there no way to end this madness? My friends, there most certainly is a way. Through the boycott of Israel, we will unite our nation once more.
As usual, we'd like to end our program today with some inspiring words from our younger generation. Come on in, Jerry. I'm Jerry. I wrote a poem. Decimated versus impoverished. Two warring peoples, two images tarnished, only divided by the shape of their steeples. Often accused of apartheid in a nation with ancient claims to the land, a simple back-and-forth battle when seen in hindsight, perhaps all that is needed is an outstretched hand. Who sets the example, Simon or Dylan? One stands for outreach, the other force change, transformation by denial, an act of a villain. Through open communication, peace is attained. Because since when has an artist been considered a political expert? It is through enforced isolation that ignorance is festered.